What's up, family? Hope everyone is having a beautiful, beautiful day today. You know, before we jump into this video, man, I wish everyone a beautiful, beautiful rest of the day, man. If you haven't already, go ahead, get up, get out, get you some sunlight, man. With that being said, man, this video isn't going to be that long. And so for most of my viewers, I want to also say I thank all my subscribers, all my viewers that's tuning into this channel, man. Every time I drop a video, you don't know how much I appreciate your time, your energy, and your support. And so with that, man, moving forward, man, today's video, we're going to talk about some things in life that, you know, set us up kind of for failure. You know, also this video, man, is to motivate some people, some viewers, to see why it's very important to realize that, you know, just about everything, excuse me, I'm crossing the street and shit, but just about everything in this life, man, just about everything in this life has been strategically designed for you. And I've stated this in the previous video. So for those of you who are just now viewing my channel, just now new to my channel, man, I advise you to go look at my previous videos, you know? And so with that, you know, it's a lot. You know, I'm walking near traffic, so, you know, excuse the little background noise. But when you take a look at how we're living in today's society, you know, a lot of things have evolved. Technology has evolved. Transportation has evolved. Food has evolved. But some of us don't realize that, like I said once before, it's strategically designed that way, you know? And so most of us around the world are going through tough times, man. Personal problems, you know, personal issues. And some of them could be family issues. Some of it can be just worldly issues. And so my main purpose for making this video is because also I just wanted to let you know, man, you're not in it by yourself. I'm one of the many few that are making videos like this for you, because you have to be in a certain type of mindset in order to tell people this type of information. Not only that, for the ones that are taking in heed in this information, you have to be in the right mindset in order to gain access or realize what is being said. Now, this may not be the type of video that most people want to watch, but this video is something that most people need to watch. And so with that being said, take a look at this brief clip on how life in itself has evolved through technology, in a sense, and how we are living in the days where technology is what dictates, or is what we use in order to live now. We don't take You feel me? We don't really use information from natural resources, from within, from the creator. We have created man-made technology, but we've created technology in a way to create better lives. Instead of using natural technology, in a sense, in a form of nature, we as people are being controlled by little monitor devices such as phones, big projector screens such as TVs. And this is something that, most of us don't realize, but this is what is destroying our lives. We're able to see these idols that, have been strategically, once again, they were strategically designed to keep you in the predicament that you're in. And that's barely surviving. And then too, as well, you are worshiping a false god. Now, if you haven't watched episode or part 1 of The Truth About Television or part 2, be sure to go watch that. But in this video, I want you to pay very close attention to the information that's being provided and focus on how technology has come to play an important part in destroying humanity.
It's dopamine that is driving that addiction. So what happens with social media is Robert Sapolsky, who did the foundational research on this at Stanford, calls it the magic of maybe. When you look at your phone and maybe there's a text there and maybe there's not, and you don't know, when it shows up, that high you get, that's dopamine. It's the magic of maybe. Maybe it'll be there, maybe it won't. When it shows up, you get a 400% spike in dopamine. That is roughly the same amount of dopamine as you're getting from cocaine. It's slightly less than an extremely addictive drug like cocaine. And that's what's happening.
We really care what other people think of us. So for example, when you upload a new profile photo of yourself on Facebook, that's a moment where our mind is very vulnerable to knowing what other people think of my new profile photo. And so when we get new likes on our profile photo, Facebook, knowing this, could actually message me and say, oh, you have new likes on your profile photo. And it knows that we'll be vulnerable to that moment because we all really care about when we're tagged in a photo or when we have a new profile photo. And the thing is that they control the dial, the technology companies control the dial for when and how long your profile photo shows up on other people's news feeds. So they can orchestrate it so that other people more often end up liking your profile photo over a delayed period of time, for example, so that you end up having to more frequently come back and see what the new likes are.
And it's literally rewiring our brain. Even social media, the challenge is, with these terms like Facebook depression and everything, because
what's that?
This is social media depression, because whereas everyone's looking at their feed and they're comparing their lives to other people, their highlights of other people's lives.
Wow.
And there's actually less life satisfaction, more sadness, depression, and stuff like that.
And it's interesting because if you think about things that routinely produce a lot of dopamine, alcohol, for example, there's a drinking age, right? We have a drinking age. The alcohol releases a whole lot of dopamine. It makes you feel really, really good. We say, okay, you can have that, but you've got to wait. You've got to be 21 years old. We don't do that with social media. We're, essentially putting highly addictive drugs into the hands of kids before they have any natural defenses against them. And what you're seeing with internet addiction, with social media addiction, it's the same thing over and over. It's people trying to change their state of consciousness with a device trying to get at the underlying neurochemical chemistry, and it's very, very addictive.
And so I would say the problem with the gadgets, and they're amazing things, is that they proximately interfere with medium to long-term goals, I would say. And so I think the first thing you have to do to bring them under control is figure out what it is that their use is interfering with. It has to be something important. Right? So you think, well, I want to do something important. Well, what is that? Oh, it could be personal. Maybe you want to have a relationship. You want to get married. You want to have kids. You want to have a career that's meaningful. You want to have a life. You want to have an Abrahamic adventure and be the father of nations, let's say. Well, you can't be ratting away on your cell phone and doing that. And so I think part of it is to set your sights high and make a plan and figure out who you could be and see if obsessive utilization of smartphone fits into that vision of nobility. And it will partly, because they're unbelievably powerful communication devices, but so often it's for lack of something better to do. And it also interferes. It's for lack of something better to do, and it also interferes.
Imagine like when you take that to the extreme, where, bad actors can now manipulate large swaths of people to do anything you want. It's a really, really bad state of affairs. And we compound the problem, right? We curate our lives around this perceived sense of perfection because we get rewarded in these short-term signals, hearts, likes, thumbs up, and we conflate that with value and we conflate it with truth. And instead what it really is fake, brittle popularity that's short-term and that leaves you even more, and admit it, vacant and empty before you did it. Because then it forces you into this vicious cycle where you're like, what's the next thing I need to do now? Because I need it back. Think about that compounded by 2 billion people. And then think about how people react then to the perceptions of others. It's really bad.
We all gotta realize, man, like I said once before, it's all just strategically designed to be this way. We as a people gotta wake up and pull away from these entertainment industries, celebrities, and these people that we put on high pedestals that plays no important role in contributing any sort of appropriate knowledge in order to better your life. You know what I'm saying? You gotta wake up, man. Pull away from this social media. Pull away from trying to have the most likes, trying to have the most views, trying to have the most attention. It's all made to break you down. And so with that, man, I'm gonna just wrap this video up, man. Hopefully this video opens some of y'all eyes to see that it's a bigger picture than what you think it is. You think it's all about getting likes and this, that, and the third, or you may not be. But it's a bigger picture into what it is being presented to you. So with that being said, I appreciate everyone for tuning into this video, man. And stay tuned and stay prepared for my next video that I drop. Peace.